Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's P Films. Man, in today's news, we gotta clear some things up. All right. So as y'all know, a couple of days ago, we put out a story. We covered a story basically saying how the MAKK got up with Tutu G's, right? His first day in Rikers, they got up with him, and shortly after that, here comes the situation with Chef G and Tell him Blanco sent you. They're trying to buy his Tutu piece. We got a lot of things to clear up. Me, I make a page just based on validity. You know what I'm saying? So when we right, we right. When we wrong, we wrong. So let's get to it. All right. So first things first. Yes, the MAKK did get up with Tutu. You know what I'm saying? They did approach him. They tried to take his flag. Now, BMAKK is saying that Kenny was walking around with his flag. However, I heard that they weren't able to take his flag. I'm not sure. All right, so this news comes from China Brim. You know what I'm saying? China Brim was talking to Nino Brown, my guy Nino Brown. Shout out Nino Brown. I love what you're doing over there. All right, boom. So they basically saying that they tried to get his flag, whatever the case may be. But as soon as the guys approached Tutu, he got it popping right away. To the point they're saying he busted one of the MAKK's lips. So right there, you got to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? All of the people making fun of him, saying like, yo, they washed him, they did this to him, they did that to him. Like I said in the previous video that I did, getting jumped is normal, getting cut is normal, getting stabbed is normal. All of these things in jail is normal. Jail is not a place of comfort. It's a place where you will be uncomfortable. It's a place where you will, as much as you will be the aggressor, you might also be the victim just as easily. Doesn't make you soft at all. You know what I'm saying? So he bust the guy's lip. Yes, they did get up with him and all that. Yeah, they did. According to what I'm hearing, yes, they did spank him. But even after he busted a lip, he's getting it on. The cops come. They rush in the spot. He getting it on with the cops too. And then they saying he's screaming on his GD stuff. You know, GD till the world blow. He's wilding. He's going crazy. He's spazzing. I believe he got pulled out the spot. I believe a couple of people in the situation got thrown in the box and all that. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that the MAKK reached out to China Brim. So this news is coming from China Brim. Shout out to China Brim. Shout out to Kyle Reality. This is coming from China Brim. They basically saying that the MAKK reached out to him and just like, yo, yes, this happened. However, this is the way the story went. You feel me? He did go out. It's not like he went out like a coward. Hearing that, it's kind of like, that's a very good thing in his defense. You know what I mean? That's a very good thing, because now let's just say this whole situation occurred and he didn't go out like that. He didn't perform. He was trying to run away. He was not fighting back. All right, it would definitely happen again. And it's just bad. Everybody gonna just be like, damn, son, you wasn't what you was rapping, whatever the case may be. And then more people will try to take advantage of you. But the fact that if he makes this a consistent thing, like anytime he gets played with, he's gonna defend himself. It's gonna be like, all right, you know what? Tread lightly when you come to this guy. You got to be smart when it comes to this guy, because this guy will fight back. He's not gonna take anything laying down. So I commend them. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the story with the pendant. Okay, cool. When I released that, we all feeling like, okay, they trying to buy Tutu's pendant. Boom, 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 boom. People from Tutu's side reached out and said, you know, oh, it's not Tutu's pendant. You know, that's not his actual pendant. They were saying they have receipts and all that type of stuff. It's not his actual pendant, whatever the case may be. All right, so I want to make it clear that if it wasn't his pendant, then I was 100% wrong. Saying that it was. I'm not exactly sure if I said it was. You know, I think we always just covering news basically of what we think might happen. But I'm here to say, if it indeed is not his pendant, then straight up, that is not Tutu's pendant. So, but did they try to buy Tutu's pendant? Yes, it just happened to not be his pendant, but they did make an attempt. You know, that's not a lie. All right. So also, I'm seeing people in the comments saying, you know, P Films doesn't like Tutu. That is the furthest thing from the truth, and that's why in the beginning, I specifically said he and I had a rocky start, but we patched everything up and we cool. In fact, Tutu G's is one of my favorite rappers. However, now that I'm starting this whole segment of speaking on things, which I have done in the past. I've been speaking on things. I just was inconsistent with it. I've made a decision to become consistent with this. So now things that happen, I will speak on it. Tutu is a prominent name in New York City drill. So if something happens to him, I will speak on it. Anybody that something happens to, I will speak on it if I deem it to be something important or will generate a certain amount of views, you know what I'm saying? I will speak on it. I do not have a problem with GDs. I am not GDK. The problem with people, even people saying he's GDK. You know how many GDs I have on this platform? To the point the woos get upset at me, telling me I am GD. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? You can never please anybody. Number one, I love Tutu G's music. Like I said, when we were speaking in the DMs, we patched everything up. So I do not have a problem with him. We're just covering the news, and I will make an attempt to cover all news that's happening in New York. We even gonna cover things that's outside of New York. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit fun. It's a little fun to do this. Reason being, I'm always getting the perspective of the interviewees. It's nice for people to get to know who I am and hear my perspective. I don't do it to offend anybody. It's just strictly to, you know what I'm saying, give my point of view, what I think and all that. Get people familiarized with who I am and get people accustomed to my mindset. That's all it is. Yes, I am not GDK. I am no Gang K. Even if I wasn't I don't know. I don't speak like that. You know what I'm saying? It's respect to everybody. When I can't even say issues with Tutu, because I never had issues with him. He had issues with me, and certain conversations that took place on my platform about him. I never had issues with Tutu. He had issues with me. Even when I had them, y'all never heard me come out there and speak on them publicly. None of that. We spoke behind closed doors multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Also, I spoke to people around him and everything, and that's all it was. I'm not somebody who, if I have an issue with you, you will never catch me on live arguing with nobody. You will never catch me making a subliminal post about somebody. Never gonna happen. Never, ever, ever gonna happen. That's just not who I am. But shout out to Tutu. I have no problem with him. And like I said before, he's one of my favorite rappers. I love his personality as well. I do think he's a dope dude. I don't think you could go this far, make it this far for this long, and not have some type of a good personality to you. Obviously it would be the people who are around you that gets to experience that great personality of yours, but I also feel like from a distance you could feel some energy. I do think that he has to grow and mature a little bit when it comes to responding to people. I wonder but he did cool it down. I don't know if it's because he was going in, but he did cool it down. I will say that. But like I said, I feel like, yeah, he had to mature with that, but dude seemed dope to me. He put great music together. I want to shout out BMG Upper Class too, for covering those things that I'm doing. BMG Upper Class is a person I even before I was doing this, I was watching. I was a fan of his work. So it's much love to you, man. I appreciate you covering my content, whether you agree with me or not. This goes for anybody, whether they agree with me or not. I don't care. Even if you do a whole video disagreeing with me, you're still shedding light on what I'm doing. So shout out to Upper Class, showing love on what I'm doing. Yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. I think that's about it, y'all. Listen, man, if you ain't tapping in, you tapping out. Let's get it.